There was a time when Earth looked nothing like the blue planet we know. It may have looked almost completely white. No warm oceans, no green continents, no familiar blue horizon, just ice stretching across a world. Travel back roughly 700 million years. Dinosaurs did not exist. Fish did not exist. Even complex animals were still waiting. Earth had a natural thermostat, balancing sunlight, oceans, rocks, and life. Then it began to fail. Ice began forming at the edges of the oceans, and then something terrifying happened. The ice started creating more ice. Ice reflects sunlight. More ice meant less sunlight absorbed. Less heat meant more ice. A dangerous feedback loop had begun. The ice moved farther south, then farther. Eventually, scientists think it may have reached almost all the way to the equator. In the most extreme versions of the Snowball Earth hypothesis, even the oceans may have been sealed beneath enormous sheets of ice. Imagine an ocean trapped beneath ice, cut off from sunlight. Above it, a frozen planet. Below it, darkness. For life, this should have been a catastrophe. But here's the mystery. Something survived. One possibility is that volcanic vents provided isolated pockets of warmth, hidden deep beneath the frozen surface. But scientists don't know exactly where life hid. Thin ice, cracks, and other refuges may also have offered precious pockets of survival. Perhaps somewhere beneath that ice, tiny organisms still found light, minerals, energy, just enough to keep the chain of life alive. And then they waited, not for days, not for centuries. For millions of years, the frozen planet slowly changed. Because beneath the ice, Earth had never stopped breathing. Volcanoes continued erupting, releasing gases into the atmosphere. Normally, Earth's rocks help remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. But under global ice, that process was dramatically disrupted. Meanwhile, volcanoes kept adding carbon dioxide. Slowly, the atmosphere became better at trapping heat. For millions of years, the balance shifted. Eventually, the greenhouse effect may have pushed Earth past a critical threshold. Then the ice began to crack. Beneath it was something Earth had not seen for ages: open water. The thaw accelerated, ice melted, oceans returned, and the frozen prison that had covered the planet began to disappear. Earth emerged from the freeze transformed. The planet was warmer, wetter, and chemically very different from the world that entered the ice. Life had survived, and as conditions changed, ancient ecosystems began expanding into the newly habitable world. And eventually, Earth entered a remarkable new chapter, one in which multicellular life became increasingly diverse. Over time came the ancestors of animals that would eventually transform the oceans, the land, and every living ecosystem on Earth. The story did not move in a straight line. It branched, changed, and continued for hundreds of millions of years. And eventually, one branch of that enormous story produced something capable of looking backward and wondering how it all began. Today, this planet looks peaceful. Blue oceans, green continents, clouds drifting through a warm atmosphere. But beneath the blue surface is a history almost impossible to imagine. Earth once came terrifyingly close to becoming a frozen world. The Snowball Earth could have been the end of everything. Instead, it became another chapter in the story of life. Earth has survived worlds we can barely imagine, and there are countless forgotten chapters still waiting to be uncovered. This is Unsealed Chapters, and thank you for watching.